Hi, I'm Mary Kopczynski, the CEO of Regalytics. Here's your update of the week's 26,078 alerts. The topic of the week is broken water mains, specifically in Hoboken, because I haven't had water for, 24 hours at this point, and it's the worst. We've had Sandy, we've had no power, but this is gross and terrible. The mayor declared a state of emergency and all schools are closed, which I love, and I think we need to evacuate. And to keep it real, there are two regulatory alerts involving water mains this week. They are for FedNor Canada, which is the Federal Economic Development Agency for Northern Ontario. This is my child. And the Kentucky governor. Both of them are sending hundreds of thousands of dollars to residents who've been experiencing water main breaks. These don't help me right now. The regulator of the week is Wyoming. So the states are just now getting through the hearings and dockets and starting to actually pass bills. And last week, 92 bills were passed into law. And these are real bills, not like resolutions that are, for example, we commend John Smith for his 30 years of service as a janitor. These are real ones with teeth. Anyway, of the 92 bills, exactly 46, which is exactly 50%, were passed by Wyoming. But the one that was by far the most interesting was the rule about the disclosure of private cryptographic keys. Basically, it's illegal to compel someone to share their private key. What this bill did was legally define what a cryptographic key is in Wyoming. Meanwhile, sorry, Custodia Bank, also in Wyoming, the Fed rejected your request for reconsideration to be a federally chartered bank. I'm sorry, and I think that's a bummer. Digital assets are just not having a great year. And the sad thing, all of this is inevitable. I'm fairly certain my kid is never going to even understand dollars and coins or credit cards. We'll have to explain it to him the same way some of us have never seen an actual bond with coupons before. And thank you, Ludwig. That was really cool when you showed us that. Anyway, since we're on crypto, Hong Kong Securities and Futures Commission is proposing to regulate virtual asset trading platforms. And the Oklahoma Department of Securities has put forth the Commercial Digital Asset Mining Act of 2023. The hearing is today. Moving on to the climate, Maine has released its comprehensive plan on offshore wind investments. Moving on to diversity and inclusion, the FTC settled yet another non-compete violation with an employer who was way too restrictive with their workers. Iowa introduced a wage discrimination bill under pre-existing Civil Rights Act and established an equal pay task force. New York introduced a bill proposing a special neurodiversity flag that will be the official state flag for raising awareness of neurodiversity. In terms of our fine tracker, lots of finds this week, but the juiciest one by far was the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints and its investment management company, which was fined by the SEC this week for disclosure failures and misstated filings. It sounds like the church was embarrassed that it had $32 billion under management, so they filed their info using a series of convoluted LLCs with different names, so no one could really add it up. Another interesting one was a SPAC that got busted for not having appropriate internal financial accounting controls. Now I thought, maybe this is just the SEC going after SPACs. But in this case, the controls were so bad that the CFO went undetected for over a year using the bank account for his own personal purposes. Last but not least, the FTC updated their fraud report and consumers reported losing nearly $8.8 billion to fraud in 2022, which is an increase of more than 30% over the previous year. So, watch your wallet. And that's it this week for Regalytics. Join me every Wednesday for your dose of regulatory news.